All right, guys, we are live. Welcome to Arm Wrestling Showcase number 57. Today is the 4th of July. Cheers, gentlemen. Happy 4th of July to you.
Cheers.
We got another person popping in right now.
Oh,
It
you
is
got a
4th of
little.
July. I've got a bunch of people confirmed to pop in here, so this could be a total mess, or it could be an amazing circus, or who knows? We'll just shoot from the hip. I shot the link out to a whole bunch of North versus South competitors and people affiliated with it and stuff,
Oh,
so we can kind of talk about it in the lead up. With me, I have Mr. Jake Andrade. Mr. How you doing, Jake?
Doing good, brother.
All right,
Doing
man.
good.
And we also have Mr. Travis Dinsmore. Did I pronounce that right, Travis?
yes, you did. Surprisingly enough.
Amazing.
Yeah, everybody thinks it has an E in it, so they're like, "Oh, Densmore." It's like,
Oh,
no.
okay. That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I run about a 1% ratio with people getting my last name right. So, and a
Okay.
0%
It's
ratio at
Fontecchio,
tournaments. Say it again.
Fontecchio, or Fonticio.
Say the first one.
Fontecchio.
Man, good job. Good job.
I
You
I
you
used
must
to I used to run a bowling alley, so I had to pronounce a lot of weird names.
Okay, so you know the Italian rule then. You know some Italian last names.
A little bit.
We've also got the Caribbean Bull who just popped
What's
in here.
up, bro?
What's
Oh, it's Goyo.
happening? All
Let's
right.
go.
We got Danny Dowler in the chat. Holy crap. Danny, did I not send you the link? Okay,
Oh, what's up, Danny?
sending it to you right now, Danny. It's not going to be a party without you, Danny. I kind of went down the list, I guess, with my more recent messages of just blasting to people that I've been talking to lately, and I guess we must have not talked for a minute. Let's see.
Yeah, I actually have our one of our other teammates sitting here watching us live right next to me on her phone.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Hello
So
there.
yeah, go that's our teammate Patty.
Oh yeah.
She was the one I was trying she just started with us about a month ago.
Okay, that's amazing. Yeah, new
Yeah.
people is a plus, and having a woman in the sport is amazing.
Oh
So
yeah.
we need more of both.
She kind of practiced a little bit with Tara at
Oh.
Patterson when we were able to do a little after pulling, but she hasn't actually had an official match yet.
So is she the
Uh,
one you were telling me about like a week ago or so when we were chatting
yes.
on the phone? Okay,
Yeah.
cool, cool. So, and someone else tuned in. I don't know who it is. It's listed as Zoom user. You can maybe even edit your name, I think, like in a little option section there if you want your name to show. Let's just go down the line with each of you because you guys all have matches at North versus South 2,
Yeah.
July 20th in Bakersfield, California. So
Yeah.
Jake Andrade, I love this. Like, so Jake was the first one to pop in here, and we were chatting a little bit before we went live, and I was confirming the name of the person he's got a match with, and he's like, "Oh, is that who it is?" So cool. Yeah, you didn't even know who you had your match with, and you're like, "Let's do this." I absolutely love that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the beauty about the sport. I mean, like the guy I'm going against, I don't think I've ever seen him compete.
Yeah.
I'm not I looked at his Facebook to try to see a picture of him, and I'm like, God, I don't recognize him, but I'm like, hey, win or lose, it's about just having fun, evolving the sport. And that's why I enjoy the sport so much. Not only is it a sport that I could be, just an overweight fat guy and do, but it's also just uh, it gains momentum with what you do. Like when I first started out, I was a stink bugger. I was always butt away from the table. King's move, like I couldn't find my spot on the table. But as you progress, as you learn the sport, You kind of find your groove, you kind of find where your strengths are, where it's not. Like, actually, one of my first super matches was against Josh,
Mm,
and we had a ton of fun. But I beat him pretty bad. I think he got one round on me because I was playing around. But it evolved him to where he wanted to strive to get better because his goal was to not get beat like that again.
mm,
He wanted to beat me, and I take that as a comment. Like, even if I lose, I would want that person to still want to progress, to
right, right.
still, I mean, because it's not about winning or losing to me. I mean, to win is always nice, but like I said, it's getting out there in the community, having fun with the people that are there, and just pulling, just having fun.
Very cool, man. Yep. Yeah, all true things. The losses are very prominent in this sport, and it's what drives us all. It's what makes us better.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
so we just had now, is that Adam Eddy that just popped in here?
No,
What's happening, brother? I don't know if we have your audio. Doesn't look like you're muted.
yeah. I actually have a question for those who have used Zoom. All I see right now is you. Oh,
So
there's Danny. What's up?
yeah, there should be, you might have it on speaker for your setting. In your little menu bar, either somewhere in the top right of either your viewing window or the entire Zoom thing, you should have a little menu thing you could drop down and click gallery, I believe it is. And then you could see everybody that's in
Oh,
here.
see, okay. Let me Zoom.
We also
Okay.
had Danny Dowler pop in here over at his training cave, it looks like. So Jake, the competitor that you're going against is you could say he's relatively famous. His name is Chuck DeJong, and he's in a ton of ET's videos. Older guy with a hat. He's strong. He kind of looks like a mechanic of sorts. I don't know much about him. I think I've practiced with him a little bit, but have definitely seen him compete. How long have you been in the sport, Jake?
So I mean, I've been in this, how should I describe this? I had my first tournament back in 2005. Yeah, so it's been a long time, but I'm not the most
Damn.
active puller. So I've had a ton of time where I've just laid off and got busy with work or whatever. And so there'd be years that go by, I'm not training or going to practice. But yeah, first tournament was back in '05, Ryan Sheets Memorial in Bakersfield, which was
Amazing.
awesome. And I wish they still had it going.
So then, since 2005, that's a lot. Now, when you say that, do you mean like organized arm wrestling? Events with a lot of names that, have been in the sport?
Yeah, so Ryan Sheets tournament, the only reason I got privy to it, because I had never arm wrestled before that, maybe once in my life, just with a buddy on a school table or something. But yeah, they had these big posters all around town where it was like, "Hey, come over here. It's a local tournament. We're supporting this kid, Ryan Sheets, who had recently passed away." Um, and I'm thinking it's just going to be a bunch of people off the street. So I just showed up and I'm like, what did I sign up for? I'm seeing Voskins to go in, gigantic arm
Okay.
on him. And
Yep.
Alan Fisher was there, Eric
All
Wolf,
right.
and all these guys. And then I had to pull Voskin there. And I'm like, how do you move this guy? I mean, he's just like, so that was my first like introduction into the sport. So it kind of intrigued me, but it scared me in the same breath because I'm thinking, how in the hell are these guys getting this big and strong? I'll never be something like that, right? It's the first thing
Yeah,
that
yeah.
went through my mind and getting demolished like that. But it intrigued me because I'm like, well, there's somehow it's working for these guys. There must be something that they're doing to get strong. So, yeah, that's kind of what sparked it for me. I was actually me and this guy named Nick Huff. He's a good buddy of mine, are the ones that kind of started the team in Bakersfield because there was no team before that. And then we had Eric Martinez was a guy we met at Buena Park, which is a tournament. I think it was like Silverado Days or something like that. It was at a big fair, kind of like a carnival like event.
Yeah. I used to live
Yeah,
out there. Silverado days is fun. Yeah.
yeah. So we met Eric Martinez out there, and the three of us coalesced, and that's kind of where True Grit started. And then everybody just kind of came on board from there. So
Right. True Grit, you had what's his name? The guy that moved to like Louisiana or something.
Herman
Oh,
Stevens,
Herman, right.
yeah,
Right.
yep,
Yeah, that
yeah.
guy's
He ended up moving over to
Oh,
Bakersfield,
dude.
and I think
Goes back
2010,
outside.
maybe 2010, 2011, somewhere in there. He came to Bakersfield, yeah, and then he left. I was like, damn, I hate to see him go, but
yeah.
strong.
Yeah. Now what Travis, what you said earlier about not really knowing your competitor either. From North versus South one, the thing that stood out to me the most, because those were like 50 something matches from North versus South one. A lot of the most fun matches to watch were the unknowns. There was a
Mhm.
lot of people we didn't know. There was a lot of matchups that we had no information of how they would go. And yeah, those are really important. So, and they really kind of fluctuated the scoreboard for, the North versus South final score. So yeah, those matches is what it's all about. The ones where we know the competitors a lot and they know each other and stuff. We're mostly trying to set up even matches, so it's not lopsided one way or the other. But there's this whole other percentage of matches where it's like, oh, let's see how it
Yeah.
goes, and you
Yeah.
guys don't know what's gonna happen. Adam Eddy in here who just popped in. I have a left-handed match with Adam. We know probably very little about each other. But all of those are very fun. I'm really looking forward to my match with you, Adam.
Great to be here. It's nice to meet you. Can you guys see me at all?
Yeah.
Yeah,
See you. I hear you now.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Thank you for having me.
You got it. Now, Adam, you were in North versus South one, weren't you?
I'm ever pulling in a tournament, and I was hooked. So I've been doing this for probably about 2 years, but yeah, it was fantastic. I love the super match setup, and I'm ready.
Amazing. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really great event. I have my own thoughts on what North versus South embodies, what it is, what separates it from other events and stuff. But I'd love to hear you guys just go around and tell me what your impression of North versus South is, what you're looking forward to, if you've been there, what you think about it. Yeah, just
I'll start. I'll start first here. I think it's just a great event for everybody in California to meet each other. I mean, even like the people in the crowd. I mean, Alan Fisher was in the crowd last year. I mean, just even meeting him was just fantastic. And like and meeting like just a lot of the young talent that's out there. I'm not young, but seeing a lot of the young guys out there, like that Ballesteros match last year was fucking. Who did he wrestle with last year? That guy in the tank top. That was
Scott
fantastic.
Partington.
That
Yeah.
was a fantastic match, and just to be able to mingle with everybody because everyone's just standing around. It's not a big venue, so everyone's basically next to each other the whole time. So it was pretty fantastic. Yeah, I love the with the taco trucks and the whole event and everything, and the background's cool and it still looks cool to this day when you watch the videos with the vats in the background, the big ass American flag, and it's that was pretty cool.
Great.
I think what makes it unique is it gets people together that wouldn't normally be able to meet up with each other in another aspect. Because, like, if you do have the down south people, you have people in, San Diego, LA area, Anaheim, all that. And in tournament format, they'll probably go to LA Fit Expo or maybe make it, the one or two venues down there. But some of them don't want to spend the money or make that drive to go to Patterson or go to, some of the Tahoe events or, some of the stuff that's closer for everybody up north.
Right.
And
Great point.
I really think it's good because, like I said, it gets people together who you would never see in a regular setting, or unless we're in a video call like this to where it's like, yeah, I'm seeing Danny, I'm seeing Kane. I don't think I've ever met Jake or Adam, but now coming to this event, I'm going to be able to be like, hey, I saw you on that phone call, or I saw you on a video on YouTube. Now I get to meet you, face to face. That was a hell of a match you had against this guy. That was you look pretty strong. You want to get on the table and, do after pull, or, it allows you to pretty much take those opportunities and make the friends that you wouldn't be able to make otherwise. And what's unique about like me and Goyo, what kind of throws the scales off for North versus South is we're centrally located. We're Central Coast. So we're legit 3.5 hours from Fresno and 3.5 hours from LA. So we're dead smack in the middle. So going to something like this, where you have a scoring system for North and a scoring system for South, we kind of have the balance to tip that scale. Because if I'm pulling someone from LA area, well, I'm going to claim North because I'm 3 hours north of them. But if I'm pulling someone from up in Fresno, Modesto area, something like that, I'm going to have to claim South.
All right. I just have a quick question. Is the round robin, the lightweight round robin, included in the points for North versus South?
It won't be included in the North versus South points. There could conceivably be a way of doing that if the number of North versus South in the round robin becomes equal. But right now, as it sits, the North is a little bit dominant in the numbers. We
Okay,
just
so
have
we run
one
that.
more South guy.
Let's run. No, it's okay. We'll run it.
Yeah. So the round robin is one of the most important things to us about this year's North versus South because what's coming out of it. We're birthing a brand new class. We've worked with together with the CAL to make sure that the results of this round robin is going to create the top 10 pro category for 145 pounds. It's good stuff. And it's not only that, it's planting seeds to show, look, we can have this many people show up at 145 pounds for an event, make 145 pounds, standard at your next tournament here in California.
At least a 154.
Right.
Yeah.
The reason why we want it to be 145, 154 would be great. But because not only do we have such a broad scale of people down below that weight, below even 145 pounds, that take the sport seriously, but our California weight classes are weird. We've got compared to the rest of the country, we've got the 165, 185, 205 running 20-pound increments from there versus the rest of the country does like the 54, and then they go to, I think, 76 or something like that.
76.
Yeah. So we're just keeping the California trend. It's been solid. It's, we've been making that work. So we're just dropping 20 pounds from 165. And the interesting thing is we've been getting the names all wrong. If you look the weight classifications if you look at the other fight sports, we keep calling the 165s the lightweight category because it's the lightest we've had, but it's not. We're the welterweight.
Welterweight, featherweight, yeah.
Right.
Somewhere around there.
35s would technically be the new lightweight category in California. Featherweights are actually down near Derek Trung. They're like, I believe, like 120 something and below.
Oh, okay.
125, I think.
Yeah. And speaking of the round robin, I just confirmed I added one of my teammates on there for the South. We needed another South person, which is really good. His name is Isaiah. He's been working hard. He's been coming to practice, but he's also a very talented videographer. So he's going to have a camera floating out there for the North versus South documentary. So I think I've counted 4. We've got 4 cameras that are going to be floating between the event and the after party as well. So yeah, we're going to be getting as much as we can for that. And reminder, you guys, keep sending me footage. You can message me on Messenger if you want me to. I might have to send you my phone number or whatever, but send me footage about for the lead up of the event. You're going to get filmed at the event itself, and at the after party we'll try and interview you guys and stuff. But I need some footage of you talking about you know, how your feelings are about the lead up of the event, what you think about North versus South, you know, your training and everything. Obviously, Adam, you can't give me the inside scoop on your training for our match. But anybody anybody else that does, you know, you can send it to Josh though. If you have a way of getting a hold of Josh Edwards, send it to him. Josh, you can trust him not to like share information with me. Or you can even just save it and give it to me after the event. But anybody that does want to send me clips talking about what your game plan is for your super match, that's going to be included in the documentary that won't come out well after the event. And none of that will be disclosed to any of your competitors or my friends or anything. That's going to be between you and I. But 1 minute or less clips, if you guys can, you know, just in your spare time. If you find yourself in your training cave or something like that, and think about it, pull out your camera and do a quick little video journal and shoot it over to me or shoot it over to Josh, and we'll throw it in the bank for a killer documentary. That's the beauty of this. Even though we've got some great camera people out there for the event, and I'll be doing my best with Josh with the editing. We might even have some help on the post-production side. For the most part, we want this to be a community-made documentary. A lot of the video journaling and stuff, we want it to be rough and honest and everything like that. So yeah, that's what it's
If
all
I
about.
could remember, I've actually recorded at some of the events before. Some of the old polls that we used to have up north
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So I have my camera, a couple batteries. If I could try to remember to bring it, I will. I don't know what my record time is on it, because I actually think I still have probably 10 videos on it, 20 videos from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that I had put on flash drives for Josh. So he would have the video footage as well.
Okay, good. Yeah, I know
Um,
Josh has been working hard at a lot of practices and events to collect footage. We do have a lot. This is going to be a good documentary. You know, this is going to be cool. It's going to be like a really neat thing that
well,
the community can hold dear and pass around and everything. This is a celebration for our sport, you
yeah,
know.
I saw Walmart had a 4K actual video recorder
Mm-hmm.
for right around $100. So I'm gonna look up the quality on it, see if it is something worth purchasing, and then probably next Thursday I may just pick that up with a pretty decent sized hard flash drive or SD card, and I have a tripod I can put it on, so we could just hit record button and let it record if we want to set it up on a table or just set it up in a general area so it
For the
kind of picks
event
up
or
everybody. Yeah, for the event. I'm gonna see if
oh,
I
that would
can.
be great. Yeah, the more
Yeah,
angles, the better.
I'm
A
gonna.
fixed camera would be perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I could swing that. Um, like I said, it's not much, but I got to work it around other bills. Everybody's got that. You know, just it's that time. Bills got to be paid. And
That's
this
right.
and
That's
that.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
But
So
yeah,
I just got an interesting message in the chat from Mr. Will Klingman, the man, the myth, and the legend from our team, the one that everyone wants to see get out there and kick ass, but he's just like, Will Klingman says, I want the bull, he says. He's talking to you, Jose.
Bros. For me, it's cool. I always want to pull with everybody.
You know Will Klingman?
Yeah, I know him. He's pretty strong too.
Okay. Well, when Will says he wants to pull somebody, that means something. Usually it's just like, oh, I'll pull anybody, but he wants to pull you, man.
I want to pull with Will then too.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And that's the cool thing about the event. And you guys both kind of mentioned that in terms of getting to Adam and Travis, meeting people that you might not have met at this event. And yeah, I mean, it definitely unifies. This event unifies. It's 3 hours pretty much from both sides. If you're from the furthest end of most of the teams in NorCal, it's going to be around a 3-hour drive for you to get there. Same for us. If you're more on the south side, maybe like 4 hours for the San Diego guys. But yeah, for me, it's like 3.5 hours. So it's a great central location. The brewery is amazing. The owner, Bailey, is amazing. And very facilitating. He loved the event last year, and
Yeah,
Amazing last year.
yeah, that's
wasn't
one
it?
thing I was going to mention also is yeah, I think Bakersfield couldn't have been a better spot for it
Right?
because it is so centrally located. Um, because I mean, like when I was talking about us on the Central Coast, it's about the same. It's just Bakersfield's more central California, so
Yeah.
I mean, it benefits everybody just for drive time, for being able to make it there. It's pretty much no excuse, no ifs, ands, or buts. You've known about it forever. Plan
Yeah.
accordingly. And you can't be, oh, well, I had to drive like 3, so did everybody else. So,
That's no
no
excuse.
excuses. Be there, get your ass beat like a man.
And you mentioned something else earlier that is interesting for both you and Goyo, is where you guys are located near that Pismo area. You really do have a choice of who you want to identify as the north or the south. You really are in that spot. Like geographically, if if I could choose what you guys would be, I would say you'd have to be south. But the issue is, so there's so much of California that keeps going up that would technically be Northern California, but we don't have a lot of up there.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of
Because
technically what we're calling NorCal is Central Cal. What's way above you guys is actually Central California. If you look at it,
yeah, geographically.
from bottom
No,
to top.
I'm aware of that. I mean, San Diego, San Bernardino, that's pretty much the extent. And us, where we're located, we could make it there, 4 hours,
Mhm.
depending on traffic, 5 hours at the most. Whereas in up north, like my dad used to live Chico area, and that's a 7-hour drive for me. So yeah, so geographically we are south, and we're more than welcome to take the south, the south category on that, and that may even help balance out the scales on the 145, the round robin, because you have not only Chewy, but you have Cody from our team as well
Cody
that are
White.
going to be in that round robin.
And Angel.
Yep. Yeah, I love where you guys live, by the way. That's actually I proposed to my wife at Halama Beach over there near
Oh
Lompoc.
yeah, Lompoc. That's actually where I'm from originally. Solvang area is where I was born.
Yeah.
Been here, 30 plus years, almost 40 years. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's a
great area
beautiful place, man.
for sure.
It really is.
Yeah, we've
So
also got Angel who's going to be from there competing in the
yeah,
ring.
Angel Castro. Yep.
Guys are going to be coming out well represented for sure. We just had legend Paul Stevens drop in. What's up, Mr.
Yep.
Paul Stevens?
Not much.
He's
How you guys
down there.
doing?
Happy 4th to you.
Happy 4th.
Happy for you guys.
You got any big
Oh,
plans
well, yep.
today, or are you gonna avoid the riffraff?
Well, my wife is working right now and she's off around 6, so we might go do something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah,
We'll
that's
see.
about
See how busy it is.
that's about the timeline for us too. We might run a short show. If this show ends up being like crazy, I'll probably just let this run in here and take my phone with me and chime in with you guys later from the brewery and from the firework zone. But otherwise, we're probably just gonna make this an hour show. Will Klingman says, "Hi, Paul. Still going to Mexicali? If so, I'll see you there. Are you going to be in Mexicali for across the border too?"
No. Unfortunately, not going to be able to make it because of work.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah.
So across the border too is the weekend before North versus South, I believe. It's a Hector Beltran promotion. Anybody that can make it to that event, do make it to that event. Hector Beltran is a great dude, and all the arm wrestlers out there are amazing. Really good community. So getting back to North versus South, we're talking about you guys being kind of near Pismo. Are you north? Are you south? Like, honestly, at the end of the day, we're gonna set up the matches how it makes sense. If you got some, like I believe we've got somebody from that team is facing somebody from the South, so you guys are considered like the North in that match. But at the end of the day, like this whole event is about uniting the state. So we all get together, we get to pull, we get to, fight for that ultimate score at the end. But if you were at North versus South 1, which I know a few of you were, one of the best parts was the after pull. We had a little bit of an after pull at the event itself, got to meet a lot of people, and then we moved it all over to the after party where we had a really good time. And I hope to see all of you guys over at the after party as well. We've got a B&B even closer to the event this time. It's a real nice one, and lots of food, drinks. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna set up some exhibition matches. And one of the exhibition matches, I don't know if we're doing it on the main stage. I still got to work that out with Josh, is the match where I'm going to have to beat up on Paul Stevens. It's going to be a hard thing to do. I've got so much respect for you, Paul. But yeah, and our little battle royale, man. I just want to apologize in advance,
Well, nothing to apologize about. You guys will be okay.
Honestly, if you need a warm up, I've seen Paul at many events, and I don't think I've ever had a chance to grip up with Paul.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I know he would represent one of his teammates, one of his friends that I've pulled a few times, Rush Jackson.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I've pulled Rush Jackson a couple times, but I don't think I ever got the chance to grip up with you. So
Yeah.
if you need another person to kind of hate on, I'm more willing to lay my arm on the line.
How do you do against Russ?
I don't think he's beaten me left-handed.
Okay.
Right-handed, he evolved quite a bit. I kind of went on a year hiatus for a certain point, but yeah, I'm not sure if he's ever gotten me left.
Okay. Yeah, at the last Riverside tournament, I beat Russ easily, left and right. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
well, my teammate, but
You've been different lately though, Paul. Now that your injuries are all squared away, man.
Well, yeah, not 100%, but yeah, it's
Just
my
on
wrist is
your
acting.
right, you're good, right?
Yes. Yeah, my right was acting up a little bit at the tournament because like a week or two before at work, we got these big, huge, like 60-pound cabinets that we were taking down, and the cabinet wasn't secure. So when I unscrewed it, it fell right on my right wrist. So, yeah, fortunately, but it was okay. I mean, at the tournament, when I got, it just hurt a little bit. That's why I did like fifth, I think, on right, but second left. And then first and masters, both right and left. But
yeah, you did really good. I mean, there was killers at that World Series of Arm Wrestling qualifier in Riverside. Absolutely. Yeah, and cabinets are awkward. They're super awkward. Awkward weight. I think so. Josh, are you and I gonna drop a 60-pound cabinet on our wrist so that we can make things fair and square for Paul?
Well, I think I did that to make it fair for you guys. So,
it's
that was my plan.
It's probably true.
Say it again.
So Paul was saying his right's feeling pretty good, just not perfect because he dropped a 60-pound cabinet on his arm. I told him that we're gonna have to drop 60-pound cabinets on ours just to make things fair. And he said, no, we don't have to. Him dropping one just made it fair for us.
Oh.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I know we're not allowed to say too much, but from what I seen the other day, he's probably not lying, Kane.
Oh yeah, we're not supposed to talk about that, are we yet? Okay. Yeah.
That's all I said. That's all I said.
Okay. Yeah, no. I'm just wondering if I said too much prior, but Yeah, WSA is gonna be on the 2B and stuff, so we're waiting for that post-production to be put together. But yeah, Paul, I mean, like that last time that we got to practice together a little bit, you just felt like an absolute wall. Yeah, I don't even know where you are, like just because it was that hard to move you. So good on you,
Yeah.
man. I'm glad you're feeling good.
Yeah, thank you. Long time coming. 30 something years of doing this and wrestling and all kinds of other shenanigans. I really messed my body up.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah.
look, no, don't leave, man. There he is. This is becoming a party. Is that Robbie down there?
Yeah,
Hey, what's up? Robbie Ballesteros is in the house.
what's going on?
Happy 4th to you, brother.
Hey, you too.
It was good to meet you in Riverside at
Yeah,
the
you too,
World
man.
Series of Arm Wrestling. I loved watching you pull. There was a really fun match. Again, I don't think we can disclose any of this, but when that Tubi comes out, everyone needs to watch it. There were some good matches. You and your brother, you're two of a kind, that's for sure. You guys are a couple animals.
Hey, we love it, man. We have a good time. We have a great time.
That's one way to put it.
Hmm.
So North versus South, you've actually got your competitor in the call right now, the Caribbean Bull. How are you feeling about this match of yours coming up?
I mean, honestly, I've never seen them pull. Seen little clips. Don't know much about them. Look strong. Uh, Trust me, I'm not taking them lightly.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Well,
Anybody could beat anybody any day.
yeah. Well, if we had to come up with anybody from the South for you, uh I don't think there's anybody better, at least in terms of that thing we just talked about that you and your brother got, and that's like a crazy intensity, like you guys do not want to lose, and Goyo, you were that guy too. um Even just like I've never competed with you because you're in a different weight class, Goyo, but we've practiced together, and I'm like, man, you are gnarly, dude. You are gnarly. So I'm just saying this could be one of the matches of the day in terms of like how entertaining it could be. Both of you guys are gonna have zero interest in getting pinned.
No, that's for sure.
That's the idea. I mean, that is what I love from wrestling, because before before I practice arm wrestling, I was amateur boxer. I always love the fight energy. Then arm wrestling is pretty cool because it's like you can concentrate all your energy and then pull. Then if you have an opponent who have fire too, like him, it's amazing because can be a really good fight. So that's
Yes.
what.
Right.
And that's what we want. That's what we
Yeah.
want. Yes. Yeah, this event isn't just about great matches. We want amazing matches at this event, but this event is a unifying celebration for the arm wrestling community. Nobody's paying to participate, and there's going to be just an amazing after party and after pool. I hope to see all you guys afterwards as well. It's a chance to really just recognize each other, meet each other, and have a really, really great time. So,
Oh yeah, I took a night off of work for this event, so
yeah,
I'm definitely sticking around for anything I can be there for, and I will pull until my arm can no longer move.
yeah, that's what it's about.
Well,
So we just had an interesting chat from Will Klingman. He says, anyone in the North won a last minute match. Weight does not matter. Going to Mexico the week before, but I'm still down. Yeah.
Well, Goyo has, so he's going against Robbie right-handed or
Right.
so only right-handed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he said he wanted to pull Goyo. Goyo's he vouching for just being a teammate of Goyle. I know you haven't pulled against him, Kane, but even in practice, he's 120% all the time. As soon as the adrenaline's pumping and he's ramped up, he's like a raging bull. He will not stop. So,
Josh, where you at? Josh, get in here for this.
So I mean, if there's any one person, and Will's already kind of called him out, I think that's going to be the perfect time for both of them, because if Will's already pulled the week before and Goyle's already pulled Robbie, that should put them both in a sense of they're both going to have a little tiredness, a little soreness. Let them pull there, being at that point, and then if they want to set up again for another time, then I think that'd be a good starting point.
I don't disagree with that. What do you think, Josh? Did you hear that about Will Klingman?
Well, I'm sorry, we got like 80 people at the house right now. I can't hear anything. I just hear I'm in the other room now. What did you just say? What are you BSing about?
So Will Klingman just tuned in the chat saying, even though he's going to be in Mexico the week before, he wants to get in on this North versus South. He wants
Who does?
Will Klingman.
I've been. Oh, listen. Oh, come on now.
And
Okay.
wait. And right before that, he said he wants to fight Goyo. He wants the bull.
Who does?
Will Klingman. He personally called out the Caribbean bull. So now,
but
now
Goyo's already going with Robbie.
Right-handed.
Right-handed.
Oh, so left-handed he wants to go against him?
What do you think, Will? What do you think? So I've got the match list screen shared right now for the light heavyweight category. And yeah, it's Robbie Ballesteros versus the Caribbean Bull right-handed. Robbie also has a left-handed match with Christian Cabahug. But yeah, the Caribbean.
I mean, why don't we put yeah, that's whatever.
You're thinking about the right hand, aren't you?
No, right hand for me. I just
No. Left for you. Left for you. But we're thinking about Will for right.
I'm thinking about Will's weight. I was thinking like
okay,
we could get Will to match his weight. But if he's calling out Will specifically,
verbatim. Here's what Will
said. That's gonna be down for left hand, because you know.
So he said, anyone in the North want a last minute match, weight does not matter. Going to Mexico the week before, but I'm still down. So I'm guessing he has a right-handed super match. Do you have a right-handed match, Will, in Mexico? But I'm also assuming you're pulling the tournament. But he also just said in the chat that he loves the idea. So I'm guessing that he's referring to left hand versus Goyo.
I mean, I can do it. I don't care. But after my fight, I wanna drain all my energy.
After.
If he's down to do it left hand, I mean that's cool.
Okay.
I think that would be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
You Will. What Will? I didn't send you the link either. I'm sending it to you now.
Yeah, because what Josh is saying is kind of what I was trying to say also. If he did want a piece of Goyo right-handed, it would only be fair to do it after Goyo has pulled Robbie, because that's specifically what he's been fighting for.
Wait,
right.
If Will did want a piece of Goyo right-handed.
Oh yeah, that he should go first with Robbie right-handed.
Yeah,
because it's an exhibition match with Will. Because
then why don't you set up a right-handed match for them at the after party or something? Then if they want right-handed.
If Will wants right-handed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do left-handed at the event if you want to.
We need more matches at the after party. To me, I'm like really looking forward to the after party matches. You know they're gonna be fun.
Yeah. Well, I've already put my piece out. I'm willing to pull anybody. I mean, win or lose, I'm there to have fun. So,
all right.
I got a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are we allowed to bring the kids to the brewery?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's 100% family friendly there. They have food, drinks, everything. We'll have chairs and everything for everybody to sit down. It is a brewery, like a factory style kind of building. So, well, obviously you guys all up here know in the Central Valley it's hot. But they'll have AC and all that stuff going on. But yeah, it's friendly for the kids. They don't let anybody, smoke unless they go in the alley or whatever like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Now
my son's 10 years old. He'll be there having a match.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. I got a 10-year-old boy too that I'm gonna bring.
Awesome.
Perfect. I'll go as far as to say even the after party, if families are looking to come out. Last year we kept it very classy. Drinks will be floating around, but we're keeping things, nice and on the level and everything like that. There was we pretty much had an area where people were, doing their smoking outside or whatever, but I'll just kind of leave it at that. But we definitely it wasn't a rowdy thing. It was definitely classy. A lot of just
Bro, we were over there like some squares, bro. We were playing board games and stuff. Are you kidding me?
we played catchphrase. It was exciting. It was very exciting.
Yeah, it was cool. We were just it was like an arm wrestling practice at night. That's all it was, with the B&B. Yeah. Nothing crazy.
There he is, Will Klingman in the house.
Hey.
Posing all sexy on his couch.
Like a porn star.
Bro, I'm naked, not even gonna lie.
Leopard pillow in the background, or zebra pillow in the background.
No, they're like some abstract art.
Okay.
No, but to clarify, so I'm going to Mexico next week, and I have a match right-handed originally, and Caleb was going to have a match left-handed, but since Caleb's not going, I'm taking his match left-handed, and yeah, I'm still going to pull the tournament, but no, I'll pull him. I mean, I'll probably get destroyed, but I've never pulled him before, and I want to pull him in a serious fashion before he learns how I work. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather pull a serious match versus a practice match, because then he'll know where to stop me. If I can get at least one good win on him, then I'll be happy.
Oh.
Left-handed, right-handed, it don't matter. But left-handed, since he's pulling right-handed, makes more sense. Yeah, that's all.
So, Will, in your opinion, can you articulate what you feel North versus South was for you last year? What stood out to that event for you?
Well, the best part is that I knew everybody except for a couple people. I've known them, but I haven't met them. But it was just being around everyone that I already knew. I was comfortable because I don't like being around a lot of people that I don't know, even if it's arm wrestling. Like, yeah, we like the same shit, but I don't know. I'm like an introvert, like super. So it was nice knowing everyone and having an idea of who they are at least. Cause like I've never met Robbie or his brother, but I know them, it's weird.
Right.
But that's what I liked. It was just being around everyone that was like, I guess a family, you could say, but just real cool. And then I was actually late for my own match, so that was weird, but it was fun as fuck. Probably the best thing I've had, other than going to Mexico. Last year when I went to Mexico, that was the best thing I've ever been a part of, honestly. It was just fun.
Your match was hilarious, dude. You just kind of rolled in the front door halfway through the event, and like they literally signed you into the event, and you walked right up to the stage and arm wrestled Chewy. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I blame my girl, bro. She takes forever to get ready, and even when she's ready, she's not ready.
Dude, come the night before. We'll find a place for you to sleep at the B&B for sure.
Yeah, we'll see. If I was single, I would say for sure, but I can't.
Okay. We got Karen Loomis in the house. What's up, Carolyn?
So what are you doing, Will? Are you going against Goyo left-handed?
Taking the shit off the top.
If that's what he wants.
Well, he has the right-handed match already.
No, Goyle said yes to a left-handed match. We just need to find you.
I wanna dedicate all my energy Robbie, I want to do a good show. A good work. And after, for sure, I have my
Yes. Goyle, let all your energy out, all of it. Leave nothing left for me.
Hey, you know he will, bro.
that is-
That dude is a fireworks show himself.
All right,
And
so
it's funny, as far as in matchups, actually on my Zoom screen right now, Goyle and Robbie are right next to each other in my freaking boxing. Like,
doing deal. Hey, welcome, Brandon Elsner. What's happening?
Hey,
Brandon?
not a whole lot.
The man behind the medals.
Yep.
I shouldn't say medals. I should say weightlifting plates, because you could literally put these things like on your table system.
yeah, like that, Brad. It just sits on top of it.
Yes, they're awesome.
Yeah.
Ain't no getting it now.
Now there you have the North versus South medals.
My
Brandon, can you turn that sideways so we could see it on edge as well?
I didn't get one last year.
Look how thick that medal is.
Oh, shit, that was crazy.
Yeah, you got to have a strong neck to wear that medal. So don't win unless you have a strong.
They're 5'8".
Well, might as well go grab my other one. Sorry, guys, I'm yelling at stupidity right now.
Oh, no, it's 4th of July. If you're not, then we're not celebrating it, right?
I know, right?
Yeah,
Which
we're
to everybody who has joined the chat.
what's
Happy
that?
4th to you guys.
Yeah, man.
Everybody new in the chat. Happy 4th. Happy 4th.
Yeah, happy Freedom Day to everybody.
Heck yeah.
America.
So Jake, this
Brandon,
is your first North versus South, right?
Yeah, this would be my first. I watched all the footage on YouTube, and including some 7-8 hour long behind the scenes thing, man, that was really interesting.
Yeah. That was the trip. Like, so Will, you said earlier you liked how you felt like you already knew a bunch of people when you went there, but you like didn't. Yeah, there was a lot of that dynamic because this community, we all do kind of know each other remotely. A lot of us talk to each other remotely, but we're all spread out sometimes throughout the world. And I even remember with you, Josh, just you and I, we were running all those promotions and shows for months leading up to North versus South 1. And then it was such a cool thing to actually meet each other at the B&B before the event with a bunch of people we had on the show, to get to after poll, a bunch of people we had on the show like we do right now. So yeah, it's a pretty cool aspect to it.
it was awesome. Yeah, no, I just want to say real quick again, Brandon Elsner, thank you so much, man, for all that. He took me over there to his shop, and I got to see him machining those things. And man, it's a lot of work that he's doing, and super cool that we're able to give people a token of their appreciation for showing up, you know, for the winners of the match.
I look forward to everybody receiving them too.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Brandon. Those things are sick. Really cool.
Hey, you got to win one first, Goyo. You got to win one first. It's not a participation trophy.
Hopefully the gods give the victory. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have to stop the loser.
You know. The thing,
Brandon's gonna have to make another one when I get his left.
We should have just put North on all of those medals, to be honest. I don't think you guys are leaving with many of them.
Yeah. Goyo, I got to tell you, this is my first time seeing Robbie pull. No joke, bro.
no, I mean,
coming hot for this one.
I see him in a tournament, right? He's a warrior. Then I always have in my mind, I want a super match with him because I like the warrior. I love it.
Hell yeah.
Wrestling is that, you know, when you see that big
Right. Look at that.
that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's a big ass spider.
No. Bro, hey, mute yourself, Travis.
What's up?
Mute yourself.
Oh, sorry, I'm listening.
Somebody's killing spiders over at your place.
Oh yeah, no, there's a freaking spider like man big. Oh, that's a big old. That ain't shit.
Yeah.
No, to be honest, the Robbie, I was so I know that Robbie, you have a match with Christian Cabahug as well, left-handed, right? Because you guys pulled at Patterson, and then you guys wanted to kind of see what it was like fresh for fresh, which is super awesome. But aside from that, the reason I'm so excited about the Goyo match and you is there's not a lot of people in the community that just have the energy every single match, but you two are two of those guys, right? And so either way it goes, it doesn't matter. I just see it being a really fun match for people to watch. You know, the intensity and the craziness. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be a fun one. I think the whole thing is gonna be great.
Oh yes, I will pass a good time. I wanna go drunk to my home. That's my goal. Let everybody drink. Yes.
Robbie, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself? When did you start arm wrestling?
I mean, it's like, so maybe like 7 years ago I started arm wrestling, but I was a big heavy drinker. So I mean, I was 230, not a healthy 230. Just not in it. By the end of the tournament, I was tripping up, getting up to the table. But then almost 6 years ago, I quit drinking. That first year, it was kind of like, oh, I hit a tournament here, but I kind of distanced myself because arm wrestling and drinking went together. But I mean, since then, if work's not in the way, I'm going wherever I can. You know, like I've been to Utah, Vegas, Arizona, you know, all the Tahoe. I've been down south. I mean, I like to travel a little bit more. You know, I see different pullers, pull like some pretty elite guys. See where I'm at, but not where I want to be yet. Not where I want to be yet, but I think I'm going up. I'm on my way.
Yeah. That's the fun thing about this sport. There's always somewhere to go with this sport. You know, there's just the levels and you know, the trajectory is always kind of upward. And to me, that's cool.
Yeah, that was big with me too, because in the gym, I could lift some heavy weight. And I thought that could carry me through, but it can't. Not at all. So I really started training arm wrestling maybe a year ago. Before that, it was all like, you know, gym strength, curls, triceps, stuff like that. Never really had a table in my garage with a pulley system till about 4 months ago.
Okay. Yeah, that's a game changer right there.
Oh, 100%.
It feels different, doesn't it? To like lift heavy weight through, you know, arm wrestling application.
Completely different. You know, it's like I look at it and then, you know, when I first got it, I tried to ego lift. No, that wasn't happening.
Yeah, it digs in differently that you know, training setup, the pulley system on a training table. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it has something to do with the side pressure. You know, you're really digging into that elbow. It's different. You're still using a lot of those muscles that you use in a gym, but there's no matter what, as long as you're going into the pin side of the table, you're going to be putting some force into those joints.
I think kind of what it is you're depending on a lot of muscles that are secondary to what you do in the gym, whereas now they're your primary muscles that you're focusing on.
Right.
Yeah, and also line of work does play a factor as well. I'm not sure what everybody does for professions, but me, I honestly wish I had, just like almost everybody, I wish I had started in the sport a long time ago. Back when I was younger and, you know, a little more fit. I'm pretty fat and overweight now, but like I said, at least it's still something I could do at this size. But like, I was never a gym person. Never lifted weights in the gym, but I was an auto mechanic for almost 15 years. So I was lifting a lot of awkward weight with engine blocks, cylinder heads and then just turning a wrench, it works a lot of muscles that do incorporate into arm wrestling. So to whereas in I wasn't gym strong, I just had that muscle memory and the strength from turning wrenches, which played a good factor into, being able to start out in the sport, with a good sense of where I could build.
Right. Now, this is my belief of why anybody can arm wrestle, because they kind of your path kind of does this depending on where you started from. I believe that if you take a mechanic with no gym background and then you take a gym person with no like trade work or using their hands and all that, lifting awkward stuff and articulation, that starting out, the mechanic person with no gym background is going to do a little bit better, because it relates a little bit more to certain applicable strengths and techniques and articulation of strength, better. But there's kind of a crossover that happens if you're a person that doesn't do that and hasn't also been beat up in those areas. Once they learn the connection in arm wrestling, the proper form and how to access the large muscle groups that you get in the gym, then that's when they start kind of taking off. It's a very like generalistic theory, but I've definitely seen it a lot. I've seen guys that are, construction workers and mechanics come in and right off the bat, they're really good. The form is usually terrible. They're out here like just trying to control you with their hand and stuff like that. But to really take it past a certain ceiling, they got to get in the gym. They got to work on their accessing their large muscle groups and everything like that. Whereas the person with a lot of gym background, but no job that puts a lot of strain on their hand and wrist, they're getting folded open immediately. They're like, dude, I can bench like 350 pounds, like for reps, but you're just like crack, and they fold over. But as soon as they kind of establish some of that hand and wrist technique, build that up a little bit, it's like deep water for everybody, because now they can access what they actually have. But yeah, that's just my experience from both sides.
Yeah, it's a real good experience. I mean, you could tell someone with a gym hand and someone with a tradesman hand. That's me, since I'm at the 40-year-old mark, I've pulled in a master's class, and gripping up with some of the older gentlemen in the sport compared to some of the younger up and comers, or in tournaments against people that do bodybuild, as soon as you grip up with them, you're like, yeah, this is someone that's worked with their hands for the past 30 years. Yeah.
That reminds me of my Jim Coyle.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did you say Jim Coyle?
Yeah, I had a match against him, and dude, his grip is unreal. His hand is like the worst thing I've ever had to grip up with.
Yeah. Yeah. His pronation.
They feel like leather. You could put a piece of coal in your hand on fire, and they'd be like, all right, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Just a good old piece of worn leather.
Yeah, Jim Coyle's he's good.
I've definitely got a tradesman hand, and it's a big hand, but when I gripped up with him, it was just like, oh shit.
Yeah. Well, they say the hand is the top of the chain in this sport. It's the very first thing making contact, and the very first thing where direct technique is involved. So it's an important factor. But that's the thing about this sport. I feel like if you're an amateur and you've got a good hand, you're probably going to beat most everybody in your class. But that's the big difference between an amateur and a pro. Usually people that are competing in the pro and at least landing middle of the pack have a pretty good hand and wrist. I think a good majority of them, but now they also have power and they have the ability to access that as well.
Yeah. I haven't been in the sport that long, but like I said, I love seeing how people progress. Even though me myself, I haven't progressed that much just due to pretty much my own lack of self-discipline. I go to practice every week, but outside of practice, I work graveyards. And when I get off of work, instead of, hitting an hour of training or this and that, I go to sleep or I do something else. But just some of the guys that I've pulled with, Casey Stevens being one of them, Spencer that started out in amateurs that I pulled against, just watching to where they've evolved to. I was talking about Josh earlier before he popped in the chat. Like I said, the first time I pulled Josh, we had a friendly super match, and just how much he's progressed since that point. Whether he's listening or not, Josh, kudos to you, and I'm proud of you. And thanks for what you've done for the sport. Also, Kane, awesome job putting this together. What you two are doing for the sport, the videos, setting up events like this, I think is really helping take it to the next level.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. Absolutely. Yeah, Josh is the man right there. Josh is definitely the man. And in terms of like gains and getting better in the sport, it definitely seems evident that the person that's able to make small steps every single day is going to progress the fastest.
Exactly.
It also depends on who you're able to train with too.
That's true. We do have a good crew where I'm at. I mean, I have Goyle. Like I said, the intensity that he brings to practice is, I haven't seen much of you, Robbie. Everybody said you're a monster at the table. Goyle just being next to him, like I say, he's like a raging bull, 120% all the time. Practice, outside, don't matter. We have Rick Garay. He's our team captain. So that's the most experience that's being brought to the table. But as far as in that, our group is fairly small compared to like the Alpha team or, the Nowhere to Run up north. I think in total we have less than 10 people on our team. And it also depends work schedules and everything, who's able to show up practice at what time. Because we're all somewhat within about half an hour to 45 minutes away from each other. So sometimes still with family and work and everything, it's, I'll be here this week, but I'm not going to be able to make it to practice next week. Or, you have people, unfortunately, I hate to say it, I love the kid, but like Chewy is unbelievably strong, but he shows up like 2 hours late to practice, then wants to train pull everybody, just pull me until I can't move, and then he's done. So he's literally at practice for like half an hour, 45 minutes at the most, while everybody else is burnt out from pulling for 2 hours already.
That's
I mean, like I said, I love the kid. I mean, he's a monster. Fresh, 145 right-handed.
I'll be back on here.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of the guys with the most talent, it can be so frustrating. We're like behind them like 100%. Dude, just train consistently. We know what you're capable of, and a lot of them are like, "Oh, I'm doing this for fun," But that's all good. But you bring up a really interesting factor about him coming late to practice and only pulling a half hour in training, but he's so strong. And in regards to what you said, Robbie, with it depends on who you train with, I'm like trying to like wrap my head around like what that means. And for me, it means more like what kind of productivity are you getting in training? Because I know a lot of guys that their training is like relatively light. I've seen people that train with monsters constantly, and they're trying to redline at practice all the time and everything like that and not progressing. but then I've seen guys that are, you know, a lot more productive in practice, that, you know, they're not doing that, but they're making a lot of progress a lot each week. What are your thoughts about that, Robbie? Like what do you mean
Well,
by that?
I mean by like, some knowledge, because you can really only get so far with YouTube videos,
Mm,
without somebody actually showing you a point, which, for the longest time it was just me and my brother until like a few months ago. All we did was just pull each other. Table time, me and him. So even sometimes now it's just me and him, so like we learn as we go, but we do go to other practices, and people will teach us some things, here and there. But and also like the level, like if you're like an elite puller, but you kind of got all the like the newer guys, you're spending most of your time kind of teaching, and not so much table time, which isn't a bad thing. So I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. But to progress, you need somebody there, or you need a few bands with a like on another guy's hand holding, so that he could get some work in too.
right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you need somebody to be able to push you.
You guys are one and two because
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still trying to figure out that line, you know, because I see a lot of merit in your training where, you know, when you are working with more people, where you can just kind of hold them, you're never getting opened up, you're kind of letting them work. You're not really taking any damage, but you are kind of getting some like residual gains from it, a little bit of table awareness. But then I also feel like that bit of like strain on your joints and tendons where you're getting realistic redlining with somebody like it has its place.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
it's a hard one to gauge, you know, which end of the spectrum you're going to go on, or how much you're going to allocate for each.
Yeah, and reflecting on what you said, Kane, about the ones that put in the effort and the ones that show up, like just a good example of that with two that are going to be going off in the round robin with us is Cody Whitehead and Chewy. Chewy's got that natural strength. He shows up at the end of practice, but Cody, on the other hand, he's at practice every week. He puts in his all, and the progression he's made over the because when he first got into the sport, or when I first met him, when I joined the team, he was only 16 years old, 15, 16 years old, training with the team. So now that he's starting to get to the age to where he's able to develop more of those muscle groups that you can attain at that age, but yet your body still has a little more of that elasticity to it. He's put in the time, he's put in the work, the hours, the dedication, and I'm really looking to the 145 because I love cheering on my teammates. I'd love to see how he does, because that kid, he's an endurance beast. He's not, super powerful. He's a strong kid, but he will go for hours.
Oh, he's perfect for
So
this.
being around Robin, where everybody's going to have time to progress, and not everybody's going to start to peter out, get tired, and everything. I can't wait to see how he does in the later rounds. But I know just from personal what he's put in the time.
Yeah.
Chewy, naturally strong, fresh for fresh. There's not many that could hang in a hook with him, but just the amount of time and effort put in, Cody for sure, from my eyes, is one of the ones that kind of sets that example.
Yeah, Cody's a great dude, and there's a lot of guys like him that people are going to get to know for the first time through this round robin, because we haven't been facilitating that 145-pound class, but we're all going to be getting to know these guys real quick, and that's one of the most interesting things about the round robin is, you know, there's a couple top dogs in there like Danny Dowler, you know, that we can all say, well,
Yeah.
on paper, dude, Danny's going to kill this. On paper, Santino's going to kill this. But there's some
Yeah.
people in there that y'all don't know, you
There's
know.
cards.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
there's a lot
Think
of
about
that.
Because the thing about Cody is he's been at that size ever since he was, 15 years old,
He's cozy.
and he's always had to go up, against the 165ers, and everything like that, and going to tournaments and stuff, and going against a monster right off the bat, who's 20 pounds. I could see it from his side, him getting a little discouraged. But I've been glad to be able to cheer him on to keep his chin up and to still want to progress even further, to even overcome that strength difference that, I don't care if you're 20 pounds heavier than me. I don't care if you're 120 pounds heavier than me. I just want to pull.
damn right.
But
Heck yeah.
now that he's actually getting into a class to where it's a level playing field, these are guys in your weight class. This is his time to step up and show the work that he's put in.
We've almost got the flyer all settled up for that too. It looks great. I can't wait for this round robin. I do want to mention Chewy is not going to be competing in that, even though he come down to it. He is our number 7 ranked 165 pound guy. He did have a super match. We're not allowing any super matches and round robins. The round robin's so important. We can't allow any factors to adjust because the outcome of that, because the outcome is going to formulate our top 10 in California for the 145. Now, guys like him, we got David Stepanian, who's currently number 1 in California at 165. He's a 145 guy. But our ranking rule in California is you can only be ranked in one class, and these guys are already top dogs in the 165s. So that's currently where they're going to stay. A little bit of new news with Chewy. He unfortunately had some hangups that are not going to allow him to compete. We had a super match, him and I right-handed. That's not going to happen. But there is another match that I have set up with a top-ranked puller at 165, and that's Alwyn Kaburi. He's actually right now a couple spots above Chewy. He's number 5. So it works for me, and I never pulled the guy. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, the round robin is going to be insane. And honestly, like one person I wish I could throw in there, but she has a super match. Miss Tara Terry is in the house with us. What's up, Tara? Can you hear me, Tara?
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Happy 4th
Happy
of July.
4th.
Happy 4th.
The beast herself.
How are you guys?
Very good. Very good. Honored to have the number 1 female in California in the call with us today. Really good to see you, Tara.
Thank you.
Are you excited for your match with Grace Bear, the number 2 in California? No.
Oh, we lost her.
There she is. There she is. There she is. Yeah, they are always a fire match to watch. There you are. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you are.
I'm trying to hop on the computer. I think it's more consistent.
That's because you live up at like 150,000 feet like me.
Yeah, well, it's hotter than heck right now.
No. How hot is it?
Too hot. Too hot. Okay.
Yeah, but to us mountain folk, what does that mean? Like 60 degrees?
Yeah. It's like I feel like it's like 100.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
I'm melting. I'm dying.
Yeah. It feels like that way to me, but I believe we're like barely hitting 90 where I'm at. But for me, like, oh
and
god.
anything over 75 is too much.
Yeah, right. Get us back to about 10 below 0, and we're cozy. We're chilling.
Yeah.
That's one thing I could say about where we live here in the Central. It's Year round, it only varies between like 58 degrees and 75.
Oh
So
man.
we're
Lucky.
right in the middle all the time.
Okay, Tara, so your match with Grace. Have you been training for it? What are your thoughts on your match with Grace?
Yeah, I've been working a lot just physically and doing some training on the side, but like I said, I felt as strong as I've ever been right now. So I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited.
Okay. Yeah, because you're day to day, you're like you have to like lift tractors by hand, right? They need the tractor for the big job, but you carry it to the
Yeah.
job site and set it down.
I'm considered the tractor. We just spent the last couple days digging a big trench, so we're kind of tired.
Oh man.
But hey, it's good work, so it's
That's
a good
right.
workout all the same.
It all goes to the bank for sure.
Oh yeah.
We got Big Country in the house. What's up, Big Country? We got Spacey in the house. Spacey says, dang, what is this? The Justice League?
Yeah.
Yeah, this turned into quite the party. We're gonna have a lot of lead up for North versus South too. We're gonna talk about a lot of the matches between now and then. I think I'm gonna wrap this up. It's 4th of July. I want you all to be able to get to your your festivities and go see your fireworks and everything like that.
Love everybody. Happy 4th of July.
Absolutely. I really appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, let's make this the biggest event of the year. I really appreciate you guys coming in here.
You're welcome.
Happy
All right,
birthday, everybody. Enjoy and be safe.
Let's do it again.